And when I got to university in the US, I ran out of money very, very quickly. And I called Mom and I said, Mom, I really could use a little bit more cash. And she said, absolutely out of the question, go find yourself a job.
I was a classical musician. I realized I want to change careers. I love classical music. I don't love classical guitar. Kind of lost, super poor.
And I got a job first at a Starbucks in a bookstore. And after a few months of that, I got a job at this small coffee shop in Washington, D.C. And it turned out that it was one of the best coffee shops in the world at the time. I had no idea. I was really just looking for a way to make a little bit of money. And I started learning about coffee. They had an incredible training program. And by the end of school, I was completely obsessed with coffee.
A friend recommended I attend a coffee tasting since I was kind of getting curious about it, etc. And that was with Belleville, who had just opened. And I remember the day was February 22nd, 2014. And we did a cupping, and it was my first ever cupping. The first coffee on the cupping was a washed coffee from Antigua, Guatemala. And I remember smelling it and kind of just having an out-of-body experience. I exited the room. I don't know, I arrived to some other space where I felt home, or I felt like I arrived. And by the time I put the cup down, I kind of knew I wanted to do coffee. And I asked David, who was doing the cupping, how can I have his job, basically.
Our roastery was on a street with like an angle like this. And so whenever the trucks would bring in our green coffee, we'd have to take them one by one off of the truck because they couldn't bring a pallet into the shop. It was a bit of an adventure, but we ended up growing really rapidly.
Coming from classical music, I knew I wanted to work with people who understand excellence, and there was something about the branding and the positioning of Belleville back in the day that really made sense to me. It just felt very authentic.
Something that's really important about who we are as a roaster has always been having long-term relationships with our producers. So this is something that we decided to do when we first started out, and for many, many years, maybe didn't make that much sense.
So I think one of the most special things I get to do is to still work with the coffee that got me into coffee. And I've been fortunate enough to visit them and tell them the story I told you, that I am in coffee only because of their coffee.
Most of the producers we work with today, we've been working with for more than 5 years. And many of them we've been working with since day one. And those relationships have become really strong relationships, both for me personally, but also for the company.
It's been really nice to kind of grow with people in a really sustainable way.
And also have access to really incredible coffees and really incredible partners with whom to work. And I think it gives us a different vision sometimes when there's challenges in the market, because we have those direct connections with the people we're working with. And they know that not only are we going to be around for the years to come, but that we've been a solid partner for them for now 12 years in some cases.
I mean, Giesen is the core of the business.
We were looking for a roaster. I had roasted previously on a couple of different machines. At the time, some of the competitors to Giesen, their quality was dropping a little bit, and we really wanted a roaster that was going to hold up for years. And so we tried out some Giesens, and we're really happy with it. And it just kind of has been a part of who we are. It's been, in every photo, I think, for years and years and years, there's been a Giesen in the background.
We got really unlucky in September in that we had a fire and our roaster burned, which I guess it can happen. It was caused by the extraction pipes. So then I've had a period of, let's say, from September to January, I was able to roast on a gazillion of other machines and had to figure out ways to tweak our profiles to work on just so many machines just across the entire country almost.
And so when it came time to change out our roaster, We looked at other options, but it was pretty clear to us that we wanted to stick with Giesen. Both were really happy with the flavor profile and also the way in which the machines works.
And I was really happy to go back to Giesen in January. It was really nice to kind of find the type of body I like, the type of acidity, the type of control.
You know, on top of that, I feel like one of the amazing things with Giesen is they've actually gotten better over the years. You often can talk about a company that the quality kind of goes down, but especially now that we have our new machine in-house, I think we're all kind of over the moon at how much better the machines have gotten. So that's exciting, and it's been, you know, always in the background at Belleville. It's on display at our roastery. If you visit our boutique, you can see it through the windows at the back. We're really proud to still work with Giesen roasters today.